I get asked all the time, why do you make political videos, Gweilo, and sort of trash out the United States and trash out places like India? Well, there's got to be some pushback because all of the negative news that comes out of the United States, it comes out of India, Canada, and Australia, and the UK, and places like that. But the biggest perpetrators are the United States and India. So I do a little bit of pushback because I just want to try to even the playing field just a little bit.
Yes, sirree.
I'm not freaking blind, guys. It's Gweilo style.
I think it's Thursday.
You could die.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Geez, you know, oh yeah, because
It goes on and on and on.
for all you haters, there's something to chew on for the next couple of...
Welcome back to the Gweilo 60 channel. And today is no different. I look at the news that comes out of India and, they try to portray China in a way that it's somehow a demented society. So I look into the Indian society and think, well, how demented is the Indian society? Are they doing the same thing as the United States? You see, when the United States says, ethnic cleansing in Xinjiang Autonomous Region against the Uyghur people, the Muslim Uyghur minority people, you've got to look at the history of the United States and say, well, holy smokes, what did you do to your North American Indians? Just freaking devastated them type thing. When they point their finger and say China is aggressive and trying to dominate the world militarily, and then you look at the United States and it's got, I don't know, 800 plus military bases around the world. China, I think, has one. So when you look at the news and whatever, you have to sort of use a little bit of common sense. But that's not really what this video is about. I look at India in some of my videos, and they're doing basically the same thing, trying to demonize China and call it a demented society. And I'll show you all of the things that are wrong in China. They never show anything good about China. They only show you the wrong, the bad stuff, or the perceived bad stuff, or the disinformation, misinformation that they get from the United States and just parrot it, regurgitate it on their news. But I did a video about that here just recently. But you've got to look into the psyche of the Indian people. Not all of them, but a good portion of them. This is no place for women of any species. Like, you look at, they call India the rape capital of the world, and you wonder why they've got that distinction. And there was 4 guys that got caught on a game reserve raping a monitor lizard. A monitor lizard. Like, you've got to wonder what goes on in the minds of these people. Not only did they rape it, a gang rape of a monitor lizard, 4 of them, but they videotaped it. They videotaped each other doing this. Then they killed the monitor lizard, protected species in India, and ate it. You see, the total dementation of something like that is strange beyond belief. But it doesn't stop there. You've got people gang raping a goat and then eating it. You've got people raping cattle. You've got people, like, this is endemic in the Indian society, where it's beyond belief. And it doesn't stop at animals. The women in India in certain areas aren't safe. Children in certain areas aren't safe. And it's not just a one-on-one thing. You see, in most countries, if a rape occurs or whatever, it's like one guy rapes a girl, but in India, it's gang rapes and murders, and they don't care if it's an Indian lady, an Indian child, a boy or a girl. It doesn't matter to them. It doesn't matter if it's a foreigner. How many foreigners have been, like, I was going through the news here the other day. Just hang on a second. 5 men found guilty of raping a Danish tourist in Delhi. You know what I mean? Like, an Israeli tourist of 25 gang raped in northern India. A U.S. tourist alleged she was gang raped in New Delhi hotel. British woman, 48, allegedly raped in Indian tourist hotspot. Russian tourists, so they don't care if you're from the United States, Israel, Russia. You think the Russian girl would have kicked the shit out of him, but Russian tourist allegedly gang raped in India. It's Indian men jailed for rape and murder of Latvian tourist. Indian men given life for gang rape of Danish tourist. 5 men found guilty of gang raping Danish tourist. Israeli tourist, 25, gang raped in northern India. So you see, this goes on and on and on, and it's beyond belief. If you're an Indian woman, you're not safe. Well, India is not a country for women of any species. It's not a place where women are treated properly. They're looked at as a second-class citizen, and very seldom people are tried and convicted of these heinous crimes. Man caught raping 7 cows one by one got thrashed by public on the spot. So they caught him raping 7 different cows. And the public got a hold of him. So, the public knows that this goes on. The public doesn't agree with it, but there's that underbelly of Indian society that will actually condone this. Like, let's keep going here, guys. 60-year-old man rapes pet dog for 2 years in Bengal, arrested after videos go viral. The guy's raping his pet dog. Here's another one. Man caught on camera raping female stray dog. So street dog, and caught it and raping it. 12-year-old boy in critical condition following alleged gang rape in New Delhi. Here's one for you. A pregnant goat dies after 8 men gang rape it. 3 men have been jailed for life for rape, torture, and murder of an 8-year-old Muslim girl in Indian-administered Kashmir. Kathua child rape murder. 3 men given life sentences. Indian man allegedly rapes girl 5 on embassy. Here, this is beyond sick, and I'm pretty sure this video is going to be demonetized or maybe even cut out of the YouTube thing. But while it plays, at least you get an idea of what's going on. Indian man allegedly rapes girl 5 on embassy grounds. On the embassy grounds, guys. 6 guilty of child rape and murder that outraged nation. 6 guilty of raping a child, gang raping a child in India. A 9-year-old's mysterious death has prompted outrage over rape in India. So what I'm trying to get across in this video here is that you've got the worst of countries. In the United States and India, I would say, are basically 2 of the worst in the world. And they're pointing fingers at a country like China that has brought 800 million people out of poverty. They've built 40,000 kilometers of high-speed rail. They've made the lives better. The hospitals are better. The roads are better. People's lives are getting better. The educational institutions are getting better. Life is getting better in China, and these demented societies. And you see the United States where there's mass shootings, there's drug addicts everywhere. There's homeless camps on the streets. It's zombie land in a lot of places in the United States. in India, it's a shithole. It's one of those shithole countries that Trump was talking about. Only the Indians think that they're better than others for some god awful reason. But the idea is that these countries are pointing their finger at another country that's doing so well on the world stage. And whether it's jealousy or stupidity or whatever, they should start looking at themselves, start fixing their internal problems before they start worrying about these external problems or what they perceive to be external problems, and clean up their own act before their society turns any worse than it already is. Because in India, it's totally demented. You've got toilets, like the whole place is a toilet, and slums, and lots of poor people, and they don't seem to care about that. In the United States, it's basically the same thing. You go to the New York subway, they're shitting in the hallways. There's drug addicts everywhere. It's not safe to walk down the street. They got mass murderers. They got they've got more people in prison per capita than any other country in the world. So when you see these news articles, you see news on the TV, you see social media pointing their fingers at China, you got to understand who's doing the pointing of the fingers and what kind of people in society they actually are. And are you going to believe them? Or are you going to believe a society that's safe, no drug addicts? There's very little violent crime. It's just sort of like night and day. So I guess if you can't beat them, badmouth them. And that's another video from Gweilo 60. If you like this video, as always, like, comment, subscribe, push that share button. Don't forget to resubscribe, hit the bell, do all of those things. And I'm at, I think, 97,700 and some subscribers. So we're getting close to that 100,000. We're going to make it. And with your help, I'll make it sooner. So hit that subscribe button. And thanks for watching. Peace out. Bye now.